God is always speaking to us, but the question is, are we listening? In the busy rush of our daily lives, it's easy to overlook the subtle ways in which God tries to communicate with us. We might dismiss these divine signals as mere coincidences or random thoughts. But what if I told you that these could actually be messages from God, guiding us, comforting us, and leading us toward the path we're meant to follow? It's not about waiting for a booming voice from the heavens or a miraculous sign. It's about tuning into the quiet, gentle ways in which God reaches out to us. By understanding these signs, you can start to recognize when God is speaking to you, offering you the guidance and wisdom you need. Let's explore the first few signs that might just change the way you perceive God's presence in your life. Ignoring these signs can lead to missed opportunities, confusion, and a sense of being lost in life. When we don't recognize the ways God is communicating with us, we risk wandering off the path meant for us. Imagine missing out on the peace and clarity that comes from knowing you're walking in alignment with God's plan. It's not just about small everyday decisions, but about the bigger picture of your life. Without acknowledging these divine signals, you may find yourself constantly searching for answers, wondering why certain things keep happening, or feeling stuck in patterns that seem impossible to break. On the other hand, by learning to listen and recognize when God is speaking, you can navigate your life with a sense of purpose and direction that brings peace to your soul. The signs are there. It's up to us to notice them and respond. One of the most common ways God communicates with us is through a persistent thought or idea. This isn't just any random thought that pops into your head. It's one that keeps coming back, no matter how much you try to push it aside. This thought might be about something you need to do, a change you need to make, or a direction you need to take in your life. It could be an idea that feels right deep down in your heart, even if it doesn't make sense on the surface. For instance, you might feel a strong urge to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, pursue a different career path, or start a new project. This is God planting a seed in your mind, gently nudging you towards something that aligns with His will for you. The persistence of this thought is not by chance. It's a sign that God is guiding you, reminding you to pay attention and act on it. Instead of dismissing it as just another thought, take a moment to consider its significance. Reflect on what this thought could mean in the larger context of your life and what steps you might need to take in response. When you start to acknowledge and explore these persistent thoughts, you'll find that they often lead you to places and experiences that enrich your life in ways you never imagined. Another powerful sign that God is communicating with you is through unexplained events, often referred to as coincidences. These are moments in your life when things seem to line up perfectly or happen in a way that feels too meaningful to be random. For instance, you might be thinking about a problem, and suddenly, the solution appears in a conversation with a friend or in something you read. Perhaps you've been feeling uncertain about a decision, and then you notice a sign, a book falls off the shelf, you overhear a conversation, or you come across a quote that speaks directly to your situation. These events are not mere accidents. They are God's way of guiding you, of giving you the answers and reassurance you need at that moment. It's as if the universe is aligning to nudge you in the right direction. When these unexplained events happen, it's important to pause and reflect on their significance. Ask yourself, what is God trying to tell me through this? What message or direction is being offered to me right now? By paying attention to these signs, you'll begin to see the hand of God at work in your life, orchestrating events to guide you toward His plan for you. A deep sense of peace, especially in times of uncertainty or difficulty, is one of the clearest signs that God is with you, guiding you. This peace is not just a fleeting emotion. It's a profound, inner calm that reassures you that everything will be okay, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. You might be facing a major decision, going through a challenging time, or feeling overwhelmed by life's demands, and yet, amidst all the turmoil, you feel a serene, unshakable peace within. This is God's way of telling you that He is in control and that you are on the right path. It's a sign that, no matter what happens, you are being held in God's loving care. When you experience this peace, it's important to trust it and let it guide your actions and decisions. Don't ignore this feeling or write it off as wishful thinking. Instead, see it as a divine affirmation that you are aligned with God's will. This peace is a gift, a reminder that you are never alone, and that God is always with you, offering you comfort and guidance as you navigate through life's challenges. God often speaks to us through the words of others, using them as vessels to deliver messages that we need to hear. You might be going through a tough time, seeking answers, or feeling lost, and then, out of nowhere, someone says something that resonates deeply with you. It could be a friend offering advice, a stranger's comment, a line in a book, or even a sermon or speech you hear. These words hit you with a clarity and relevance that feels almost uncanny, as if they were meant just for you. This is God's way of reaching out to you, using those around you to deliver His wisdom and guidance. It's important to stay open to these moments and recognize when a message is being conveyed to you through others. Don't dismiss these words as mere coincidence. Instead, take them to heart and reflect on their meaning in your life. What is God trying to tell you through these words? How can you apply this message to your current situation? By being attentive to the words of others, you can receive the guidance you need to move forward with confidence and faith, knowing that God is speaking to you through those around you. Dreams and visions have long been recognized as a medium through which God communicates with us. Throughout history, many people have received divine messages in their dreams, providing guidance, warnings, or revelations about their lives. If you find yourself having vivid dreams that seem to carry a strong message or recurring themes, it could be a sign that God is trying to speak to you. These dreams might offer clarity on a decision you're struggling with, insight into a problem you're facing, or a vision of what's to come. Pay attention to the emotions and symbols in these dreams, as they often hold the key to understanding their deeper meaning. It's helpful to keep a journal by your bedside to record these dreams as soon as you wake up. Over time, patterns and themes may emerge that can provide further insight into what God is trying to convey. Remember, dreams are a powerful way for God to bypass our conscious mind and speak directly to our spirit. By taking them seriously and reflecting on their significance, you can gain valuable guidance and direction in your life. There are moments when, out of nowhere, a sudden insight or understanding dawns on you. This is more than just a fleeting thought. It's a profound realization that seems to come from a place beyond your own reasoning. This kind of insight often brings with it a deep sense of clarity, providing answers to questions you've been wrestling with or revealing truths that you hadn't seen before. It's as if a light bulb has gone off in your mind, illuminating a path that was previously hidden. This sudden clarity is a sign that God is speaking to you, offering you wisdom and guidance that you may not have been able to access on your own. When these moments of insight occur, it's important to pause and reflect on them. What new understanding have you gained? How does this insight relate to your current situation or the decisions you need to make? These moments are gifts, a way for God to direct your thoughts and guide your steps. Trust in the wisdom of these insights and let them influence the choices you make and the actions you take. Another way God communicates with us is through a strong, undeniable urge to take action. This isn't just a passing thought or a fleeting impulse. It's a powerful drive that compels you to move in a certain direction, even if it doesn't seem logical at the time. You might feel a sudden need to reach out to someone, start a new project, or make a significant life change. This urge is often accompanied by a sense of urgency or importance, as if something within you knows that this action must be taken. This is God prompting you, nudging you to follow a path that aligns with His will for you. When you feel this strong urge, don't dismiss it or push it aside. Instead, take a moment to pray and seek further clarity. Ask God to confirm if this is truly His will for you, and if the urge persists, trust that it is indeed a divine directive. Acting on these urges can lead to incredible opportunities and experiences that you might have otherwise missed. It's God's way of steering you towards something greater, something that is part of His plan for your life. Finally, one of the most subtle yet powerful signs that God is speaking to you is through repeated patterns in your life. These patterns might manifest in various ways: recurring themes and conversations, similar challenges that arise again and again, or situations that seem to echo past experiences. These repetitions are not mere coincidences. They are God's way of getting your attention, highlighting areas of your life that need to be addressed or lessons that need to be learned. Perhaps you keep encountering the same type of problem at work, or you find yourself in relationships that end in similar ways. These patterns are signals from God, urging you to take a closer look at what's happening and why. By recognizing these patterns, you can start to understand the underlying issues or behaviors that need to change. It's an invitation to break the cycle and move forward with a new understanding. When you notice these repeated patterns, take time to reflect on their significance. What is God trying to teach you through these experiences? How can you respond in a way that aligns with His will and helps you grow spiritually? Embracing this understanding can lead to profound personal growth and a deeper connection with God. Recognizing when God is speaking to you is a vital part of living a spiritually fulfilling life. These 8 signs: persistent thoughts, unexplained events, a feeling of peace, words from others, dreams and visions, sudden insights, strong urges to act, and repeated patterns, are all ways that God communicates with us, guiding us toward the life He has planned for us. It's easy to overlook these signs in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, but by staying attuned to them, you can develop a deeper, more meaningful relationship with God. Remember, God's voice isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes, it's a gentle whisper or a subtle nudge. But if you take the time to listen and reflect, you'll find that He is always speaking to you, offering guidance, comfort, and wisdom. By being open to these signs, you can walk through life with a sense of purpose and direction, knowing that you are never alone and that God is always with you, leading you on your journey.